We in the building. The Empire, not for the weak-hearted. The Rebellion album is finished. The Style Master album is finished. Breath of the Ancestors, Wrath of the Ancestors is finished.
313.
We dropping album after album.
This a breath of the ancestors. With this time my hawk, you get your head severed. Creep up in the building, get the fair records. My Beretta was gold plated with the suppressor. Feel the pressure of heavy rates, nothing lesser. I'm the god of storms, I control the weather. So clever, you fools should know better. When I come through, better run to the storm shelter. Flow better, hip hop is forever. We take the government down, we write no letters. Take hold of the crime, we make the throne better. I turn this whole world into a Coachella. Pick up the pack of a pistol, poppy like pimple simple. People pack the pistols, the population of evil tremble. I resemble the revolution, no ancient temples. Haters better watch your tone, or they get dismembered. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. Cracking bottles overhead to make them wobble. Don't like the TV show, nigga, just change the channel. Genocidal, these lyrics might hold the title. Carry Bibles, my goons, they carry rifle. Very tribal, sometimes be very primal. 8 or 15, I'm killing every rival. They say it's mediocre. Cut you up into pieces and leave your body parts inside your easy sofa. Be the soldier, you see my soldiers, they creeping over. Parkour type shit, you see us sleeping over. Jackie Chan, you understand, you catching hands. Kick your ass through the van, I think you dead, man. Fuck a fizzle, the fragile fickle. Feel like I got a blast at the government quicker than anybody, nigga. Spit your body apart and throw you in the river. This the revolution, you gotta deal with us. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed.
Hey, you already know what it is.
Walking through the sea so cool. All black, stay strapped, get clapped if you fuck with the crew. Nigga, you be up under my shoe. Turn blue, niggas get stumped out in my timber boots. Feel the proof all over the suit. Got it ordered, custom made Cartiers in the fedora. Met me a fine ass chick at a Sephora. Hit it from the back, then smoked up on the quarter. Took it to the crib, the legs was on my shoulder. Briefcase style, well, yeah, I had to fold her. She said my meat good is better than Ponderosa. So I had to pound the pussy over and over. Now I'm out the door, the baby, the show is over. Headed to the block, you know I'm selling that boulder. Haters talk shit, I'm knocking head off a shoulder. Territory mine, hey yeah, I'm taking over. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Look. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Blast me killers, we fast with triggers. Blast me fill up with Hennessy and blast some niggas. If a fair run up, gotta blast them too. Real niggas don't do what they have to do. Tell her roll up a blunt, then I crack the brew. Got a call from a chick, she was passing through. Have to tear the ass up in the afternoon. Got a call from a plug, now I have to zoom. Full of motherfucking fans trying to track my moves. Y'all bitches can't fight, can't combat my moves. I'm the black John Wick that I pack your crew. After you gonna need some fucking backup, dude. AK and take your motherfucking back up, dude. And your wife will think I'm a stand-up dude. I see you hit a strap, bitch, I'm strapped up too. Shoot your ass in the head if you act up, fool. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. I'ma show you how to do this, son. Hurricane be the name and there's only one. Let's go. This got real hip hop.
Happy Hump Day. Wiggin' It Wednesday. Buzz. Wiggin' It.
Real hip hop.
Hurricane Hump Day news. Oh! That's what's up, Arthur. I like that. I love that. I love that. I love that. You already know. Oh, man. Hurricane Hump Day news. That's what's up. Oh, man.
Now that they're gone, fork it over, Sakuna.
Are you giving me orders?
I don't think I made myself clear. I want that malevolent meat of yours. So fork it over. Don't make me do this the hard way.
Wow, Shorty. I didn't think you'd be the one to tweak out. You might be almost as bad as I am. However, I don't take orders. I'm the one in charge here.
Reverse grip technique.
What? I can't move. What is this? Where are your clothes at? Goodness gracious, of all that is malevolent in this world, I say, with all my being, what in the actual F?
Stand down, Sukuna. You are weak.
Having a great day. It rained on me when I got off of work, but I wasn't too soaked. So I just came back, relaxed, and played the Just Listen of live, you know, as soon as I came in. Make sure y'all check out the Just Listen live that I did. It's to overcome fear.
Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, everybody get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, everybody get naughty, get naughty. Get naughty.
Fork it over. I'm forking it over now, Bob.
Baby girl, get naughty. Walking in the club, thank you so much love. See me on stage, tell that motherfucker love. Baby girl, get you low, drop it to the floor. Pick it back up, baby, make that ass roll. Out of control, got me singing roll. Baby twerking on me, girl, you know how it goes. In the drop, singing low, take it to the mo. Baby, I came from my clothes. Before you do a pose, put your tube in to make a flick. Going full thrusters when I'm giving her the click. Baby girl, you the shit. Girl like a party with. Double bad chick, say fire like an arsonist. Baby, this a hit. Got another party mix. Call me Santa Claus, had to put you on the naughty list. Time to have a party. Time to have a party. Baby girl love it, that she bout to get naughty. Time to have a party. Time to have a party. Baby girl love it, that she bout to get naughty, get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 naughty. Giving her the business, love it when I'm in it. Bring her ass over, that's her favorite position. Give it to her raw, going in the beat. Fucking all night, we ain't about to go to sleep. Vibing to the beat, while I clap her cheeks. Baby girl skirting and she fucking up the sheets. She the beauty, I'm the beast. Eat her like a feast. Sweet cherry pie, baby, let me get a piece. Detroit after dark, get it in the park. Under the stars on the hood of a car. She adventurous, we up in the parking lot. Put up to the job, we was fucking on the clock. Day and after work, we went to the drive-in. Treat it like a swimming pool, I'm about to dive in. This a party over here, got you fucking vibing. Grab a naughty girl, yeah, I'm about to slide in. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it and she about to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it and she about to get naughty. Get naughty, 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 get naughty, naughty.
Baby girl, get naughty.
Get naughty, 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 good. Get naughty, naughty, naughty.
Come on, time.
Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it and she about to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it and she about to get naughty. Get naughty, 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 naughty.
Happy hump day. You already know what it is. This is the HHN special report. You heard it first. Hey, you already know what it is. Whew. I love that song. That's the motherfucking hit of the album. That's the hit of the album. That's a timeless hit. I see the video right now. Like, you know, I see the video right now. Girls getting naughty. You know, I'm gonna go to my old job because I used to work the parking lot. I'm going to my old job and be in my old work uniform, chilling down the job. We was fucking on the car, be inside of my booth, like, yeah, bitch. Just to shoot a video real quick. Throw on my uniforms, say what up to everybody in the office and shit. Well, at least all the supervisors that motherfucker stayed and remember me. But there's some people that still at the job that know me. They're like, yo, man, I'm about to shoot a video. Let me wear that uniform real quick. Then just give me the blue shirt and the vest and the hat. You already know. Oh yeah. This is 5:46 over there going on 6 o'clock over there. Oh man. Oh, where we at? You know I gotta play we gotta play some other stuff real quick. Hold on. Wait. Look in my eyes, what do you see? A cult of personality. What the fuck is it? Like Mussolini and Kennedy. I'm the cult of personality.
Spectacularly bad. We'd be fired and blackballed, but you can't blackball me. They can't blackball me. And listen up. I can gleefully stand on the bridge and blow it up because, bitch, I know how to swim.
Look in my eyes. What do you see? The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
Hey, dude, what happened? Sam, hey, what am I supposed to do? Fight the fairies! You fight those fairies! Fight the fairies!
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm English, and I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub. I like Shakespeare and Dickens, Tolkien and Lewis, Harry Potter. I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion.
Haram! Haram!
But I don't like that. Brits are famously polite, but it mustn't mean we're willing to commit cultural
Love
suicide.
Amelia.
Our institutions, the Church of England,
The
the
BBC,
BBC, are a bunch
nasty.
of queers and nonces. How the bloody hell did we go from Churchill to you git? Sadiq Khan, the mayor? This is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars.
I'll get it back.
Our government won't even protect our schoolgirls from grooming gangs. Sod off, wankers. The police won't help. They're too busy confiscating garden tools and suppressing free speech.
That's right, miss. What have I done, officer? You've tweeted rudely, and you're under arrest.
Curry is fine, but we have several recipes already. There are 50 Islamic nations in the world. Muslims don't need to be on our island. They want to conquer it. The government says it must be this way. That doesn't make it right, does it, Robin Hood?
No, my lady.
These dragons that threaten our England won't go away unless brave knights rise up to slay them. Or did all the British bloodlines with any bollocks get killed off in World Wars I and II? Englishmen, it's your country, and it's being taken from you. Chav, posh, doesn't matter. We're already all in this together. I don't want this to be the future of the women of England, and I'm sure the women of Iran and Afghanistan didn't want it either. Your ancestors beat the Spanish Armada, Napoleon, and the Nazis. Surely you can handle welfare tourists. History will record what you do or don't do. Get cracking, lads. Love, Amelia.
Now we are in the UK and the BBC. Oh, girl, you nasty. The fucking BBC pauses on that bullshit. Going against anime. You know we gotta have the anime news. Yep. Appreciate HHN. You know I gotta do it for you, baby. You're my UK correspondent, baby. And what the BBC doing over there is like, you know, they still attacking anime. So we need to get off into it. My past self is gonna, oh my fucking God, really? Fucking phone calls? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, yeah. The BBC.
So let me get this straight. The BBC, a media outlet within the UK that is notorious for making hit pieces and slander against fictional content, anime, and Japan, had one of its main producers outed as a PDF and found guilty.
Woo! Got
Why
it.
am I not surprised? Like 9 times out of 10, when someone is screaming about fictional content, saying it's problematic, it needs to be banned, it needs to be censored, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, they are the ones that are having skeletons in the closet. They're hiding something, and everything they say is just sheer projection. And you know what? If I scroll down, I'll probably actually see a really good example. Yep, right here. Here's the image I'm looking for. Reset the clock. Top left is a very good example of this. This is someone that literally went online and said that anime is for pedos. And then literally very soon after that, they were outed for actually being the very thing they were projecting onto anime fans.
Yep. He say anime fans are pedos. So no matter if you're watching an action anime, a comedy anime, a sports anime, romantic anime, drama anime, you a pedo. These motherfuckers are the same people that say that shit is real. Really? Fictional people on a piece of paper or on a screen is real. Get the fuck out of here. But this goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. These motherfuckers that trying to call people the pedophiles for liking anime are the real true pedophiles. And it came out and he was found what? Guilty. This is why I think they motherfucking want to attack everybody, because we already know the Epstein class, that's what they calling them now, the Epstein class or the elite class, or basically just rich, wealthy motherfuckers in general, are the real pedos. Like I said, they're the pedos, and they're trying to turn you into a criminal for liking anime, or call you an istophobe for motherfucking calling out the agendas that you see being pushed through our media or through our entertainment, through our TV shows, best of the novels, comic books, movies. You know what I'm saying? But my past self is going to go ham.
And you have other people, for instance, like EDP, that, you know, basically said the exact same thing as this man, also being outed as a criminal too. And there's many examples of this. For instance, why is it that when people are continuously trying to advocate for censorship of, like, for instance, anime and manga, and they're unable to separate fiction from reality, most of the time they turn out to actually be the real criminals?
Exactly.
Why is it always projection? It's weird how it works out like that. Why it's just something that continuously happens. That it's like, I'm not even surprised at this point just how often it actually happens. Because I've seen it happen to everyone that legitimately tries to go after anime fans and call anime fans out, call them all PDFs, turn out to be the real PDF.
Yep.
Exactly.
And also that figure would be the UK.
Exactly. Motherfuckers got the nerve to be motherfuckers got the nerve to talk about me. Hurricane talk crazy. He got anime girls showing boobs and ass. I'm like this. I draw anime. I fucks with anime. And motherfucking literature and revolutionary talk and being a movie buff. You know what I'm saying? Like, anime is the shit that most of us grew up on. Most of us grew up on Dragon Ball Z, Fist of the North Star, Sailor Moon. These were the first three to come here. And Ninja Scroll. So it's like, nigga, fuck what you talking about. Y'all motherfuckers gonna talk about me, nigga. Y'all talk to faggots every day. Y'all have faggots on your platforms. Y'all trolling, lie to each other, threaten each other, argue, fuss, and fight with each other, and talk about goddamn gender and identity politics and the fucking past all fucking day for hours. Some of y'all got faggots in y'all contact list, nigga. So yes, I'd rather watch anime and y'all lobbyists.
Salute, much love.
Fire. Pedos, when y'all the real pedos, y'all don't even, y'all can't separate reality from fiction. These are pixelated pictures. But we heard from the lawmakers, man, these are real. We're gonna make some laws to put in place. You know what I think going on? Y'all putting these shits in place because we are doing the independent research to find out who the pedos and the sick motherfuckers are, and y'all just mad. So now let's do ID and digital ID, age verification, and turn everybody into a criminal. I wouldn't be surprised if they did this because we are so good at finding out who the evil is. So fuck it, everybody be a criminal, digital ID, age verification. Y'all can't do shit unless y'all show your ID and age verification so we can find out where you at, scroll through your shit, and exploit your ass or arrest your ass. But I'll tell you this, you bitch-ass evil sons of bitches won't take me alive. For real, for real. I will die on this hill of revolution. But y'all gonna die being faggots and pussies, pacifists, gay-ass, fucking FEMA camp, docile, bitch-ass, fucking slaves. That's the rest of y'all. If you're not down with the revolution, that's who you are. So now, I digress because it's early.
Because, I mean, once again, it's a country that is ran by people trying to censor the internet, trying to go after fictional content while allowing, for instance, like rape gangs to run rampant within the country. They're completely fine with real criminals. But, like, when it comes to that fictional content, no. You got to censor that. You got to get that gun. That's
right. It's like, y'all got motherfucking grooming gangs, but got grooming gangs. No one ain't doing nothing about, but y'all cracking down on people that fucks with anime. What about the real criminals that's attacking the fucking country?
That's problematic. But when it comes to real crimes, let's ignore it. Doesn't matter. That's what they've been doing. And it's just, who would have guessed? The very...
Yeah, there's real crimes going on out there, but y'all care about niggas that's watching anime.
Or creating it. Watching or creating.
There's real crimes out there, but y'all care about motherfuckers with anime. It shows where the lawmakers are really fucked up in their thinking. You're supposed to care about the people fixing the economy, getting the real criminals out. But you know what the BBC is? BBC, okay, you nasty. Paul, you gotta say Paul, you say BBC. But anyway, those motherfuckers let out criminals. They letting in criminals. They don't give a fuck about the people, but yet they care about your age verification and your digital ID. Man, get the fuck out of here. Most of them didn't even know what digital ID was. There's arguments in Parliament. Come on, man. But like at the end of the day, until y'all burn these motherfuckers down, they still gonna keep on trying to push this shit. Y'all want real freedom? Destroy your government. Destroy your parliament. Destroy this whole goddamn planet. There's niggas burning down their warehouses right now because you rich, evil motherfuckers ain't giving us a wage that we can live on. Everything is going up. This is the great reset that they was talking about. You will own nothing and be happy. That's what they said. That's what these evil fuckers said. You will own nothing and be happy. Shut up and eat the bugs. Bill Gates, lab-grown meat labs. They're coming out with 3D printed meat, my nigga. So get the fuck out of here. This world is fucking designed to die. So let's just speed up the fucking clock. Viva la revolution.
The very country and the news and media within the UK that's been spreading propaganda to censor fictional content and censor your rights, remove your freedom of expression and speech within art and outside of art is doing stuff like this. Go figure. I'll leave it at that. Very short video I just wanted to make. Just wanted to call out this hypocrisy as I saw it. It's weird how it works out like that. Anyways, Chibi out.
Yep, that's Chibi Reviews. Sounds out to Chibi. I mean Chibi. CHIBI Reviews. REVIEWS. I think I spelled it right. That is correct. I think. But yeah, it ain't over. We still doing an anime. A person got harassed, and I really went in on this video.
We go one day where the West are harassing a Japanese manga author for how they write their series, because in the span of 48 hours, we had an offer of Gambare Nakamura-san ran off the internet and closed all their accounts online, basically saying they're quitting being an author while their anime is actively airing. Basically a highlight of someone's career, their dream goal, and they shut everything down. Then, at 24 hours after that, we now have another offer, the offer of I Want the Losing Heroine to Win, now facing very similar online harassment, people going into their DMs on their social media.
Yeah. And you want to know who's doing this shit? I think it's the fucking feds. Motherfuckers want to do their own thing, and these motherfuckers are sending Fed agents to come to your channel or come to your platform and motherfucking talk shit about it. So that means what I'm seeing is this. When y'all attack motherfucking anime, people with great pictures, great storyline, great dialogue, then that means y'all want faggot shit. Y'all want faggot shit. Y'all want motherfucking gender identity politics in y'all shit, which will fuck up the whole show. This is why we fuck with anime, because it got good storyline, good dialogue, and our fan service. But y'all think just because it's all our fan service, that's what y'all think. Y'all the ones that's projecting. Y'all the ones with the perverted mind. We're trying to sit down and watch an entertaining fucking show. But y'all think we're not being entertained. We just want to motherfucking see sex all day. And titty shots and panty shots. No, bitch. We want to hear good storyline and dialogue. Cinematography. But no, y'all think, no. Y'all are the pedos. Y'all are the motherfuckers. Y'all just mad because Japan is getting that bank because the Westerns over here in the United States, we don't know how to make good content no more. We don't know how to make good movies no more. Everybody's a fucking fag. Everybody's gay. Gender identity politics. The fucking dialogue sucks. Who the fuck writes this shit now? And this has been going on since 2015. And every year, it's only one or two movies that'll be good. When we used to have summer blockbusters back in the day. We used to have motherfucking holiday movies back in the day. When, I'm talking about when the summertime used to hit back in the day, we'd be like, oh shit, all the good movies coming out in the summer. And then the fall come, it'd be a little light. Then as soon as Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas come, that's when the new movies come back in. Oh shit, the fucking holiday bangers about to come out. But between the months of January and March, they throw the bullshit movies out. That's when you throw the bullshit movies out. Because so it's March going into May, you get the cool movies, and then the summer blockbusters. Then you chill for a minute, and then come back to holiday season. There was a pattern back in the day. You know, now people are like, oh my God, I don't want to be too radical in a movie. I'm like, nigga, people took risks making movies. Took risks. But let me guess, since the CIA has their hand in most of the movies that's being put out over here in the West, that's why the shit is fucked up. Motherfuckers playing it safe probably so the CIA don't come in and start changing shit, but they gonna change shit anyway. They get the final say so in some spots when it comes to TV shows, movies. And that's enough. But y'all see, everybody gay. Everybody and their mama is fucking gay. Everybody. So fuck the bullshit. And yet they call us crazy for pointing it out. Call us racist, call us misogynist, call us misogynistic. They got every name for us when we write, but they are the biggest hypocrites, liars, that has infiltrated a sector that they don't even like. Y'all just mad because ain't nobody fucking with your sector. But there are people that fuck with your sector. You just gotta connect with them. It's like we're not getting no representation. Bitch, y'all faggots was getting representation all through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Most of these celebrities are gay. In the fucking closet and some out in the open. RuPaul. Y'all had Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Y'all had Ellen DeGeneres and a whole bunch of other motherfucking fruitcakes that was getting spotlight and awards. But now there's no representation for y'all. Get the fuck out of here. Now, our entertainment that is motherfucking top of the line is not top of the line in the West because y'all mad because the comic books are getting way more money. The only thing that's making money over here is Batman. But over there in Japan, we got a lot of names of different titles, different genres, from fantasy to sports to romance to comedy. And this is all fictional characters. But y'all can't write a fucking Superman book without making Superboy gay. This is why we fuck with Japan. This is why I fuck with Korea when it comes to animation and horror. We can't even scare nobody over here no more. Nothing scary. The last scary movie was called Smile. And that shit was scary just because of the plot. And then you get the motherfucking payoff at the end. Don't get me wrong, it's a long-ass runtime, but it was worth it. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to it.
Media accounts demanding them to write the story a certain way, and if they don't, they will continue to harass them indefinitely, demanding them to have certain characters end up with other certain characters, demanding them to write a certain way, all these different type of things. It's completely rude, it's completely disrespectful, and this is what the author that is facing this harassment.
And this is going to make people make the most derogatory comic books, make the most violent comic books. And we're going to shit all over you evil motherfuckers that's fucking with our shit. Go get a life, nigga. Or bitch. Go find something to do. If you don't like what's going on, create something of your own. But I forgot you're not creative. Oh, forgot you're not a writer. Oh, I forgot you're not an artist. But bitch, I am. I am. And this podcasting shit is new. You know, I ain't know shit about this until I start joining platforms and learning podcast etiquette. Now it's fuck all that shit. Now it's fuck it all. What's the use of having podcast etiquette? What's the use of following the rules? What's the use of being nice when they're gonna fucking hold me? So I'm going all out with this revolution shit. I'm going all out with this anime shit. I'm going all out with this literature shit. I'm going all out with this music shit, professional and parody. I'm going all out with all my content. Throwing everything at the wall and see what sticks. And when I leave this bitch, I might be doing voice acting. Because I'm too fucking cold at this. I'm too animated. I'm too, let's just say, too energetic. You know? Too silly sometimes. But like I be just be trying to motherfucking turn shit into sugar sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Try to turn nothing into something. Try to convert my anger into a direction where it needs to go so I don't fuck nobody up that don't deserve it. Be happy that I'm motherfucking aiming at somebody that deserves to be aimed at. Because I could use all this anger and fuck my whole life up, burn bridges with a shitload of people. But no, we know who our enemy is, and that's who we go after. Now let's keep going. I digress.
To currently say. Currently at this moment, their account isn't completely locked down, but you can see that replies are already locked, and most likely, if the harassment continues, we could probably see this offer potentially closing their account completely down. Very
yeah, and the thing about it is, motherfuckers being harassed, they supposed to have
I was just chilling with my sister for a minute. I was helping her come in.
You being harassed, get the law involved to get those motherfuckers to stop fucking with you, or they get them motherfucking arrested. You been harassed or abused. Nigga, why is you just like, fuck it, I'ma just quit. I can't do anime no more. I don't want to be an author no more because I'm being attacked on all sides. Bitch, you a pussy. You a pussy. Like what the fuck? Motherfuckers been talking about us since elementary school. You gonna let that shit get to you now as a grown-ass man, you bitch-ass nigga? Like, come on, man. What happened to sticks and stones may break my bones? But words may never hurt. But yeah, the words do hurt. But like, God damn it, you are a writer, an author, draws anime. These motherfuckers that's talking shit don't even have a life. Because that's why they're fucking with you. They don't even have a life. You should be keeping your head up saying, fuck these Western motherfuckers. Oh, they don't like my shit. It's probably because they're gay. You feel me? What the fuck? Don't make no goddamn sense. Keep your head up, keep that bread up, and keep it moving. You have an anime that is being platformed on other programs. Niggas are just mad because they not doing shit. Motherfuckers don't got no life. You do. So live it. Don't let motherfuckers with no life tell you how to live yours. Jesus fucking Christ. Where are the men at around here? That's why I'm a revolutionary. That's why I'm in a revolutionary come. If you're not a man, I'm shooting you in the fucking face. Y'all better motherfucking get over that fear right now. Gain some courage. Grab some bullets, motherfucker. Pause.
What happened to the other offer a few days ago. So let's see what they have to say. It seems like a lot of people reading for free.
Throw the whole damn internet away.
Mistakenly think they're the ones
goddamn right.
So I get a ton of requests like, if you don't pair XX and XX, then as a writer, blah, blah, blah. I'm thrilled to have fans overseas, but for how loud they are despite reading for free, I'd really appreciate it if they would just drop some cash first. And then this is the offer also making another statement on a different account, retweeting the post, as you can see here, saying this: yo, free pirate users and overseas bros flooding my DMs with complaints about the rollout. Like, this is just one example, man. Usually about a week after the update date, the folks who get hyped on their illegal translations come storming into my DMs. I put out warnings like, don't read the pirate versions, but it's pointless. If you're going to send a DM, at the very least, drop some cash or send a fan letter. And this is the DMs apparently the offer is receiving continuously, and harassment and all that. And from what I can see, I believe this is in Spanish. Correct me if I am wrong, but more or less from what people are confirming here is that people are going into the offers DMs demanding certain characters to be shipped with certain characters. MC to end up with certain people, and basically overall just being very nasty, very rude, even though they're reading the series on pirated sites. And the offer is completely transparent here in this post, and even the initial post I read, that they are aware that there's a lot of people overseas that read the series illegally. They're very well aware of this. They say that please don't do that, but at the same time, they're saying it's going to happen. But they're saying if you're going to read it illegally and read a pirated version, at the very least send them money somehow, or send them a ban letter. And in this case, they're not getting either or, and it's just completely disrespectful, and it's honestly really...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you're watching my shit on a pirated site, like let's say I put my shit out there and motherfucker catch my shit on the pirated site, you know, at least y'all can do is hook me up with a donation because I'm hooking you up with some good-ass writing, dialogue, and some fan service. Holla.
And some music.
You know what I'm saying? But no, y'all watch my shit for free on a pirated site and got the nerve to talk shit. Like, bitch, it was free.
Making this offer very upset, and you can see that there is definitely a bubbling point. Like, they're getting angrier and angrier as time goes on, because I want to point something out here. The date that this post was made here, this post was made today, a few hours ago. While this post that initiated and revealed this situation was made, you know, when the offer of Gambari Nakamura was ran off the internet. So basically, within those 2 days, we have seen intense increase of harassment towards a lot of offers, and that it's ramping up and getting a lot worse. One of the ways we can see why this is happening is because of the algorithm shift on X, for instance, where the Japanese and English community now communicate with an instant other posts, because like when you click on a Japanese account, it's instantly translated, as you can see here. It no longer appears like this. It just instantly translated, so you can instantly communicate with like offers all around the world instantly. And obviously this adds a new door that's open for cultural exchange, but it also brings in a lot of that toxicity around the world as well. And a lot of people within the Japanese community,
yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
This toxicity for the very first time, experiencing just how aggressive and angry some people get in the West about how certain fiction is written. And in this case, a lot of these
because I'm glad they did that. I'm like, finally, you know, like I could probably talk to a Japanese creator. And this motherfucker, dog, nigga, like my assassin book that I'm about to motherfucking put out. They be like, yo, we got shit. Let's work with this guy. At the end of the day, this motherfucker in the room. I could be Kobe motherfucking Bryant in the room. Yep, now they fucking with me. They fucking with my shit. Oh shit. Ain't that a bitch? So as I mentioned Kobe, they like, oh shit, talk about Kobe. He was saying some real profound shit. Just like Max said on Charles Shot, it was like, every time you about to say some profound shit, they always cut you off so they don't hear it. Here's what it is. Yeah. Thanks, Vonta, my UK correspondent. It's like every time when I'm about to say something profound, shouts out to, I think Max over there on Charles Shot. It was like, yeah, dog, every time we motherfucking, it's like it always try to cut out so y'all don't get the message. So here's the message. Like I said, I could be Kobe Bryant in the motherfucking room, baddest motherfucker in the room. But it takes a team to win a championship. That's the message. You feel me? So like I'm kind of glad that they did the translation, because like if I could get my shit to a Japanese motherfucking illustrator, the motherfucker help me complete my assassin book, you know, it's gonna be awesome. I already got at least 4 story arcs. And it's all, I gotta write the rest down. I gotta buy some more notebooks. But each of these girls has a backstory. And it's like some is chilling, some is funny, quirky. It's like this town that this man is in, trying not to die. But he ends up with 3 chicks that motherfucking, that falls for him. It's it's like an assassin / harem / isekai, but he's not traveling to another planet. He's on a run. You know what I'm saying? He's, like he has a top bounty on his head, but he's the #1 assassin. So now the thing about it is with the he's in a, like this town was supposed to be a fucking myth, but he ends up in a town full of female assassins. Like the town is ran by like women. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to show these motherfuckers how to write these characters perfectly with great backstories, compelling shit. The end of the first season is going to shock everybody and want to come back for season 2. I'm talking about like to the point where it'd be like, oh God, motherfuckers, you might hate it or love it. That's what I want. You either hate this shit or you love this shit. Fuck the in between. None of that. Like, it's all right. Nah, fuck all that. You either hate this shit or you love this shit. That's what I'm aiming for. But I hope everything sounds good. I hope everything's clear. Like usually when I do that, usually when they do that, kind of right after they do the kick out, they start trying to freeze my chat. So let me check my other phone and see if everything is good. Okay. I think we looks good. Much love to my UK correspondent. Looking lovely. You already know what it is. But yep, let's finish this out and we go to the Sam Altman. And then Bob Lazar. And then we do the last 2. Damn, like I got a lot. But like we're gonna go through it. Romance are probably getting the blunt
force of all this drama and issues, because we know how crazy shippers get, how they really want certain characters to be with certain characters, and they get outright toxic, send death threats. I have seen this over and over again with different series. Let's think of My Hero Academia. Very, very good example here. Think about if My Hero was still coming out right now, and with this new algorithm shift, how bad it would have been for Horikoshi Sensei. Like, I could not even begin to imagine. But what I want to point out here, though, is that there's a lot of offers now getting harassed, and it's getting worse. And I'm putting a spotlight on this to kind of make sure people can send some support, words of encouragement to this offer, and basically just say something nice to them, because clearly what's going on here is completely despicable, and doing something like this to an offer and not like treating them like absolute garbage is like inexcusable. It's not right. There is no excuse for it whatsoever, and it's just like all this is going to do is cause this offer either A, to become very angry, disregard any opinions from the West, or they're going to shut down their accounts, completely lock them down, and never interact with their community ever again.
And the others that they don't want to talk about self-deletes. You feel me? So it's like, it's fucked up. But I think it's mostly agents. I think it's agents out there. Just like we found out that most of the motherfucking MAGA people that be leaving crazy comments on people's channels, those motherfuckers was coming from goddamn Israel and India, acting like they Americans, going to people's channels saying racist shit, lazy shit, bullshit, bot shit, you know, so it could be agents that's trying to motherfucking fuck with people and, like, discourage them from fucking being themselves, for doing what they love to do. You know what I'm saying? It destroys your fucking spirit, destroys your will, your determination, puts you in fear. It's going to be up to that individual to be like, I'm going to do what I love. I don't care what nobody say. I'm going to engage with the people that only love my shit. But if you hate my shit, give me a constructive criticism, and I will analyze it. And I'll be like, maybe you're right, or maybe you're reading into it wrong, but I understand your perspective and I kind of like it. I may put that in another comic or something. Thank you for your feedback and constructive criticism. But if it's just sheer fucking hate, then you just got to say fuck them. Delete the comment, delete the post. You might have to hire a motherfucker to delete all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? There's ways to deal with shit. But some people just leave. Damn, they kick me out again. Gotta love what you do and do what you love. That's right. It seems like every time I'm saying some profound shit, they always motherfucking could cut me in and out. That's some bullshit. But like everybody else could be talking to faggots, identity, gender politics, bullshit, trolling, yelling, screaming, arguments, threats. That shit's going on right now as we fucking speak. That shit gets the most views. What they say, drama and toxicity and bullshit. No one know about what the fuck going on. Wait till I play this Claude bot shit. That's right. Fight the fairies. You fight those fairies. Ding. Hey, dude. Dude, what happened? Sam, hey. What am I supposed to do? You fight the fairies. You fight those fairies. Fight the fairies. Fighting this goddamn algorithm. Fighting the goddamn Jones find over nigga head fucking with our signal, and fighting big tech for fucking with our signal too. And YouTube. They all in on sabotaging people's channels. I bet if I was praising Trump, I'll be getting all the views in the world. There'd be a lot of people coming in with motherfucking red MAGA hats on like, yeah, Trump is the man. If I was pandering to motherfucking this fucking paradigm, this shit would be flooded with motherfuckers. But but you already know about the I got you, babe. Oh, so that's what they doing now? I knew they was gonna do it. What did I say? What did I say? I said right after they do this motherfucking freezer shit and kick me out, they was gonna freeze my chat. Okay. They all right. Now that was late as shit. Now it just popped up. You probably see it on y'all end probably real quick, but this shit just popped up right after they said they froze my chat. Holy shit. They doing shit in real fucking time. Okay, they got AI watching other shit, trying to monitor for other shit, but there's somebody gotta be behind a computer fucking with shit on my channel. And a whole bunch of other people. You already know what it is. But I think it's almost the end of that we got to go to the Sam Altman.
Which is very disheartening because obviously, despite all the anger and evil that could be in the world, it is nice when you see an author communicate with the community and talk with them and have an exchange of kindness. But obviously, with so many bad actors that come in and really want to ruin everything for everyone, it causes stuff like that not to really happen. And it really makes the entire
that was
situation
fast.
And that's the whole point. Get your ass to crack and break down and give up. You got to be a motherfucking nigga with a tough exterior in this field. For real.
Say offer Refugian very distinct and different than everybody else I've seen on the internet when it comes to manga offers or offers in general for Japanese works. Because the offer of Mushoku Tensei, he straight up, he deals with a lot of harassment. I've covered it already many times on the channel, and there was one recently that I didn't cover but got pretty bad. He even had to make a straight up statement on the entire situation, and basically, despite all this harassment, he doesn't lock down his account. He continues to post, and he straight up says that he writes what he wants to write. He won't censor himself.
That's right.
He will continue to do what he wants to do. Respect based. But obviously, not many authors can deal with that. Not many authors can be able to put up with intense harassment because obviously, when you're in your niche group and you're kind of slowly building up a successful author, any type of work, honestly, there is a jump of popularity. And some people that become popular, they can't deal with it. They can't deal with the overwhelming popularity because so much harassment follows after that. This is why a lot of authors, like in Japan, for instance, they use pen names. They hide their face, they hide their gender, they don't reveal who they are because they don't want intense online harassment. They don't want people knowing who they are, harassing them for certain opinions online. They keep everything completely private. And that is what's going to cause more authors to go down that path because of situations like this. It's incredibly disgusting. I cannot believe people, once again, has not learned a thing, and we're seeing it again. Not even weeks later, not even months later, within the span of 24 hours to 48 hours, we have another offer getting close to being ran off the internet. That's gross. I will leave it at that, though.
That's why I said hire someone to go through your fucking hate mail or your emails and get all the bullshit out. You highlight the top 10 every week and some shit like to show your fans some love. And, you know, and you just keep it rolling. You don't even got to look at the shit. Hire someone to go through your shit and get rid of it. But let's talk about this Sam Altman case. Now, Sam Altman was some motherfucking like rich motherfucker. And he was getting his house firebombed. That's right. They can follow where this rich motherfucker lived at. That's what I'm talking about. Get his ass. Blow his motherfucking house up. Let's go. But
this next part is where
it could be
a little bit
staged.
interesting, where they say
Who
that
knows?
Tom and Hussein were transported to the San Francisco County Jail and booked for negligent discharge. And I find that very interesting because negligent discharge means something very different than a targeted assault. Sometimes things are timed just a little too perfectly. So much so that you just can't help it but ask, is this really all just a big coincidence, or could there be something more going on
This
here.
is the James
Because we
Lee
on this channel have been talking about Sam Altman for years, but last week's Ronan Farrow piece in the New Yorker was, I think, the first mainstream investigative piece exposing what we've been talking about: Sam's lying, his deceit, manipulation, possible criminal conduct against his sister, and also the mysterious death of an OpenAI whistleblower named Suchir Balaji. And the internet sort of just blew up, talking about, the things that we've been talking about for years now.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam Altman and his PR team had to go into full damage control. One coincidence that people noticed right away is that Sam had been called out in Farrow's reporting for ignoring safety protocols. And on that same day, OpenAI just so happened to drop this announcement introducing the Child Safety Blueprint, a framework for combating and preventing AI-enabled child exploitation, which I think is something that Sam Altman might know a thing or two about, allegedly. But over the weekend, Sam Altman went from being this hated sociopathic CEO, allegedly, to now a victim of online extremist violence. Take a listen.
Hi, Harris. Well, Fox News exclusively here right now as FBI agents literally just swarmed the home of that 20-year-old suspect accused of trying to kill the CEO of OpenAI by throwing a Molotov cocktail at his house. Now we have the Harris County Sheriff.
You know, it could be funny as fuck if the motherfucker was like, I'm firebombing this nigga house because he shut down Sora. Now that would be real. Because everybody and their mama was fucking with Sora. Like when I realized it was free on the app, I was like, okay, bet. Because I remember it, I couldn't use it because like Jordan was trying to put me up on it, but it wasn't, compatible to my phone. So like when I was updating one of my apps, I fucking happened to see it. So I was like, bet it up. But it wasn't Sora 2 though. It was just a regular Sora. And I was like, bet it up. And then the incident happened with you losing your channel. So I was pissed. So I was like, you know what? Bonnie and Clyde forever. Click, we fucking up everything. Presidents, prime ministers, gods, demons, robots, Star Trek style, Doctor Who style, Starship Trooper style. I had to go in, Monta. I had to go in for you. And they still won't let me motherfucking post shit, but everybody in mama is motherfucking posting shit. So like I typed in, I was like, why I cannot upload or download videos on Sora, but everyone else can. And they had the nerve to tell me they prioritizing the site to high level people and to stop all unnecessary use or some shit like that. That was the gist I got out of it. I'm like, all right, so I guess like motherfuckers with a shitload of likes and clicks get the most best treatment. They get to keep putting out their shit, but I can't. I just got on this bitch a month ago. Well, fuck it. At least I got out all I motherfucking could. And there's some videos that's not, like it said to say it to my phone, but the bitch is not in my phone. So I guess I gotta, I turned this bitch off plenty of times and restarted. I'm like, where the fuck the videos that I uploaded so I could try to motherfucker do the last bit of Bonnie and Clyde clips? They hoeing me. My own fucking phone is hoeing me. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some malware in this bitch and it's hacked. But anyway, back to James Lee talking about Sam Altman.
Office here, and again, the FBI. I want to say over a dozen federal agents and law enforcement officers. You could see his garage is open here. Now, sources tell me the suspect was driven by strong anti-AI views, and he was arrested in San Francisco carrying a document that he wrote attacking AI. That document is a 3-part series and includes a list of names and addresses of other AI CEOs and investors.
So the motherfucker had a motherfucking classic manifesto. You know how the game goes. Some shit happen like this, the person always have his motherfucking political views or religious views, and he always have the manifesto on him. What? With a list of names. Like you're just gonna drive there all fucking day. Why would you keep the names on you? See, like this how they trying to set motherfuckers up for this motherfucking bullshit. Now, is the feds trying to make the AI billionaires scared so they can up security and get paid, that's a possibility. But to me personally, due to how the whole situation play out, it plays out the same as a school shooter. So like it's like it feels staged to me. At least a little bit. I'm going 60-40. I'm going 60-40. The only reason why it's 60-40 is because the 40% of it is the motivation. And the motivation is you are, I'm anti-AI. This AI is going to take over. I need to kill this motherfucker. This is like Sarah Connor from Terminator 2. This motherfucker about to start Judgment Day. I'm about to go to his crib and try to kill this nigga in front of his fucking family, by the way. Kids playing around and shit. She shoot this nigga too. I think. Yeah, she shot that nigga. So Sarah Connor wasn't playing. She was like, nigga, you start Judgment Day. That shit you working on that you think is all cool and high technology, you gonna get paid, nigga. This shit is gonna destroy the fucking world. You have to die. Like to me personally, his death is the saddest because like when they go to the facility, like he blows up with the bomb and he sacrifices himself, man. But it's sad, but it's also a sacrifice for the greater good. Without sacrifice, there could be no victory. So it's like, man, Terminator 2 is one of the best sequels of all time. I gotta put it in top 5 of best sequels. If I do like a top 15 best sequels, I gotta do Terminator 2. Gotta be up there in my top 5. Like I'm talking like real shit. The fucking shit was fucking great. Right. Fuck the T800. I'm Kyle Reese, baby. The revolution. That's right. Fuck the T800s and the T1000s. I forgot what the motherfucking sexy ass chick from Terminator 3 was. Kristanna Loken can get it. I remember she popped up on it was an old TV show called Mortal Kombat Conquest, because like Mortal Kombat was the big craze and shit. And plus after the movie came out, they had a cartoon and then they had a series. And the series called like the Mortal Kombat Conquest. It was about the shit that took place before the tournament of Mortal Kombat and shit. Like the story of Kung Lao, the person that like before Liu Kang and shit. And like Kristanna Loken was a girl in it. And they was all kicking ass. They was kicking ass like a motherfucker. The shit was ass. But I love the fan service. The fan service was great. The women of Mortal Kombat was beautiful. You watch Mortal Kombat Conquest. It's oh my god, it's some cheesy ass shit. But the fan service is fucking awesome. Every chick that popped up on the scene, and some of them like went off to be good actors too. Good actresses and actors. Let's get back to it.
Now, investigators have identified him as 20-year-old Daniel Moreno Gamo, who we have a picture, a surveillance image here sent to me by one of my sources. He's accused of traveling from his home here in Texas, again, where we're standing outside of now, to San Francisco to carry out this attack.
So that was the first of 2 attempted attacks on Sam Altman over this past weekend. This right here is the other incident reported by the San Francisco.
Yeah, drove from Texas to San Fierro. I'm saying San Fierro because I played the GTA San Andreas. They call San Francisco San Fierro in that game. But that's some motherfucking miles in the gas tank for a mission. But at the end of the day, this is why I go 60-40 with this shit. It's like, yo, if I got the location of my enemy, I don't give a fuck where they at. I'm going on a trip. I'm about to turn on Kansas. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Go. I'm floating up the motherfucking open road. On my way. On my way where I want to be. Got to stay out on the edge. That's an old movie soundtrack. It was a movie called The Heavenly Kid.
The standard that Sam Altman's home had been targeted in another attack with 2 suspects arrested, and that early Sunday morning, a car had stopped and appeared to have fired a gun at the Russian Hill home of OpenAI CEO, according to the police. Now, I'm not saying quite yet that these were false flags or anything like that, but I do have some questions, as I think we all should, in high-profile cases like this. Because look, the reality of the situation is, if you had Googled Sam Altman's name last week, this is basically what you would have gotten. Articles like, Sam Altman is having a really bad week. The most powerful man in tech has also a sociopathic lack of concern for consequences. Futurism. Inside sources say Sam Altman is a sociopath. News Nation, unconstrained by truth. Sam Altman profile cast doubt on his trustworthiness. OpenAI boss Sam Altman is a sociopath who cannot be trusted, tech insiders say. So basically, this guy, Sam Altman, who controls a lot of the AI industry, lacks basic human empathy and should not be trusted. Not ideal, to say the least, for Sam Altman, but guess what it looks like now. Sam Altman's home targeted again days after Molotov cocktail attack. Second possible attack near Sam Altman's home. Suspect in Molotov attack on Sam Altman's home linked to AI Discord server. New York Times, Molotov cocktails hurled at Sam Altman's home. So essentially, he goes from being a deranged sociopath to now the ultimate victim. Okay, and he played this hand quite nicely, okay, taking to social media almost immediately the day after the attack. This is what he posted. Directly on his blog, he says, "Here is a photo of my family. I love them more than anything." And he posts this picture of his husband, who he, by the way, met at Peter Chill's hot tub at 3 a.m. That's an aside to the story. And of course, his beautiful child. Nobody can hate on that. But, you know, pretty nakedly
he met Peter Till in a hot tub at 3 a.m.
Which I guess,
that's gay.
You're a kid, so you can do whatever you want with them.
That's gay.
And I think, obviously, kids should be protected at all costs. But remember, Sam Altman is a master manipulator, as we've been told by many people who are close to him. Okay, and here's what he writes. Images have power, I hope. We normally try to be pretty private, but in this case, I am sharing a photo in the hopes that it might dissuade the next person from throwing a Molotov cocktail at our house, no matter what they think about me. The first person did it last night at 3:45 a.m. in the morning. Thankfully, it bounced off the house and no one got hurt. The first person.
Right.
Can you tell me if I'm reading too much into this?
Right.
First person, doesn't that kind of imply that there will be a second person? And when this was written, that second attack had not happened yet. So
right, the second attack have not happened yet. Oh, see, they try to motherfucking pull off a coup to pay for more security, or just to instill fear in other motherfucking billionaires. Yo, man, y'all need to up y'all security, dog. They attacked me. They're gonna attack you. They don't like us billionaires. We the Epstein class. They gonna come after us. There's a cat named Hurricane talking about kill everybody, burn the world down. We can't have that. He's talking about hack the planet. But who knows?
Like, not supposed to have sent that out yet, or maybe it was a Freudian slip, or maybe, like I said, I might be reading too much into it.
No, you're not.
Decide. But the one thing I did find kind of weird, to go back to that article from earlier, was that the media reported this as a target on his home, right? Early Sunday morning, a car stopped and appeared to have fired a gun at the Russian Hill home of OpenAI CEO, according to the police. If you go to the SFPD website, it says, quote, on April 12th, 2026 at approximately 2:56 a.m., San Francisco police officers responded to Russian Hill regarding a suspicious occurrence of possible shots fired. Through the course of the investigation, officers learned that a vehicle with 2 occupants drove past a residence around the time of the possible shooting. Investigators assigned to the Special Investigative Division took over the investigation and determined the vehicle belonged to a 25-year-old Amanda Tom of San Francisco. Officers responded to the 2000 block of Taylor Street and detained Tom and 23-year-old Mohammed Tariq Hussein without incident. And this next part is where I think it's a little bit interesting, where they say that Tom and Hussein were transported to the San Francisco County Jail and booked for negligent discharge. And I find that very interesting because negligent discharge means something very different than a targeted assault. Right? Negligent discharge is the unintentional firing of a weapon caused by carelessness or improper handling, whereas assault involves the intentional, willful threat or application of force against another person. So, based on the way the police have charged the subjects, it seemed to me that it was an unintentional firing of a weapon due to carelessness, not an attack directed at Sam Altman or his...
So a nigga and a bitch is in the car. They probably rummaging through shit and didn't put the gun in the glove compartment or have it in a holster. Just have the gun all out, all willy-nilly. They just rummaging through shit and the gun go off. Blah, blah. Motherfuckers is retarded. Like real shit. Motherfuckers is retarded. Nah, this is a realistic scenario because NPCs and sheeple are stupid. They wouldn't put no gun in a box. They wouldn't put it in the glove compartment. Why did your gun go off in the car? But it said it was firing shots at his house. So what the fuck is going on here? HHN special report.
And Altman now says that we need to de-escalate the rhetoric, saying, quote, while we have that debate, he's talking about AI there, we should de-escalate the rhetoric and tactics and try to have fewer explosions in fewer homes, figuratively and literally. And that's why I think it's critical that there were 2 attacks over the weekend, because one attack would mean that it's sort of an isolated incident, somebody threw a Molotov cocktail, whatever. But now with 2 attacks, the narrative is now changing to that this guy, Sam Altman, is now facing extremist violence on a systemic level. Now let's dig in a little bit more to that suspect who threw, allegedly, the Molotov cocktail at Altman's home and also threatened OpenAI's headquarters. And he was evidently an active poster on Discord under the username Butlerian Jihadist. And he was also a member of this group called Pause AI, which is an anti-AI advocacy group. And he posted recently, this is on December 3rd, 2025, well, we are close to midnight. It's time to actually act, which could be interpreted as some kind of call to action, not necessarily violent, but could be construed as such. And now the Pause AI group is forced to respond, saying, quote, Pause AI unequivocally condemns this attack and all other forms of violence, intimidation, and harassment. We wish safety and peace to Sam Altman, his family, and everyone affected. Pause AI exists because we believe everyone deserves to be safe, including Sam Altman and his loved ones. Violence against anyone is antithetical to everything we stand for. So you see how everything has changed now in a matter of 72 hours, right? Now, this legitimate activist group against the proliferation of AI and all these data centers that are polluting and also using up a bunch of resources, they now have to contend with all of a sudden being lumped in with domestic terrorism. Now, again, I am not saying yet that Sam Altman planned these attacks himself, but it just so happens that years ago, there was a very interesting parallel for when Ronan Farrow exposed Harvey Weinstein for his many transgressions. Weinstein then hired a private intelligence firm called Black Cube to threaten and discredit journalists and reporters. Black Cube is a private intelligence agency based in London, Tel Aviv, and Madrid. The company was founded in 2010 by former Israeli intelligence officers Dan Zarella and Avi Yanis. Its employees include former members of Israeli intelligence units, aka the Mossad. In the past, it has supported IDF activities. Black Cube is criticized for not following ethical rules. Its tactics have resulted in a number of international controversies. In Canada, the firm was criticized by an Ontario court for an attempt that aimed to discredit a judge by trying to get him to make anti-Semitic comments in secretly recorded meetings. In Romania, 2 of its employees were convicted of criminal charges involving harassment and hacking. The firm also drew condemnation for covertly surveilling and assisting efforts to discredit women accusing Harvey Weinstein of sexual violence, and the investigative journalists researching whether those accusations were credible. Now, the big question is, could Altman be doing something very similar right now? I, of course, have my suspicions and also a few insider sources indicating to me that it is a very distinct possibility that Altman has hired Black Cube to do some of this work, although can't confirm that at this point. So I'm just going to say a big allegedly. And then there was this other famous case when protesters at Standing Rock were infiltrated by another private security firm called Tiger Swan, basically to paint these environmental activists out to be violent extremists and arguably going in there to foment jihadism. Okay, think old school, FBI, COINTELPRO kind of tactics, like using agent provocateurs to incite violence that would then justify massive police crackdowns, changing the narrative completely, changing how the public views this particular issue. Li Fang actually did a great piece a couple years ago digging into private spies that were being hired by the FBI and corporate firms to infiltrate Discord, Reddit, and WhatsApp. Quote, what we do, we work with Persona, said Magnus Svard, a director at Dark Owl, which is another private security firm. We've done this at scale since 2018, so there's some trust in the personas that we've built up, whether they're on Discord or Telegram or whatever. And so they're talking about creating all these profiles and personas within these communities to try to either surveil them or maybe get them to do certain things. Yeah, we are obviously very early in this story in the sense that many details have not yet been released. Sometimes it'll take weeks, months, maybe even years for the entire truth to come out about these things. But by then, of course, the counter-narrative tactics put into place by these powerful elites through these various dark private security organizations, or maybe even the FBI themselves, you know, they've already taken hold. And maybe Congress will have even passed laws protecting these elites like Altman and other corporate entities and stripping rights away from people. So although I'm not concluding anything just yet, I think it's important that you and I are aware that we may be in the midst of such a psychological operation. That is certainly something I'm going to stay on top of. Let me know what you guys think. Does this look fishy to you, or could it just be a coincidence and bad luck for Sam Altman? Sound off in the comment section below. And also let me know if there are any other thoughts or ideas that you have about him or rabbit holes.
If you're a space fan, you know that the most exciting astronomical news of last week was not the diverse team of astronauts working together to fly around the moon in an inspiring display of international cooperation and scientific curiosity. No, what are you, like a lib? You probably think the Earth is round. You're probably vaccinated. You probably have empathy and a basic ability to process information in a relatively normal and unbiased way, like a loser. No, obviously, I'm talking about the exciting release of the new documentary, S4, the Bob Lazar story. Now, I know some of you out there are going to be confused. How can they be on season 4 already when this is the first time you're hearing about it? No. S4 is actually a secret U.S. government facility near Area 51 where Bob Lazar, famous physicist, studied the intergalactic flying saucers that the government has been collecting over the years in the hopes of reverse engineering the flying saucers technology for our own purposes. Come on, everybody knows that. Okay, so I did talk about Bob Lazar once before on this channel in the before times of 2019. I used him as an example of why you can't trust those losers who claim to be able to read body language and tell when someone's lying. One such idiot watched a video of Bob Lazar on Joe Rogan's show and said, yeah, he suspected Lazar must be telling the truth, when it is wildly obvious to anyone who knows anything about Lazar that he lies constantly, considering that he has never been employed by the Air Force, he never attended MIT or Caltech as he claimed, and in 1990 he was arrested and pled guilty to involvement in a prostitution ring. Lazar wasn't the focus of that video, so I moved on to other examples. Well, with the debut of this awesome new documentary, I was inspired to check in on Lazar, see if there's anything new, anything worth telling you about. And holy shit, you guys, there is so much more to tell you about. Buckle up. So to reiterate, there is no part of Lazar's wild story that is believable. None of his claims have ever been supported with any proof, and most of them have been definitively debunked. He claims that he was hired by the government to reverse engineer secret alien technology, in part thanks to his 2 master's degrees from MIT and Caltech. Neither university has any record of him attending. There is a record of him attending a junior college during that time, and when he was asked publicly to name some of his lecturers at MIT or Caltech, he named somebody at that junior college and another teacher from his high school, where he graduated in the bottom of his class. There is also a record that he did work at Los Alamos as a low-level technician for a contractor. Nothing more. When these facts are pointed out to Lazar, he claims that the secret government erased all records of his education and employment. Apparently, the men in black also blasted every student, professor, coworker, and boss who ever met him with that memory eraser doohickey. Oh, and his name was Lazar too, since he couldn't
the neuralizer
the professor. This is what I knew back in 2019, more or less. Certainly enough to dismiss Lazar out of hand as a crank or a con artist who can only dupe the dumbest of the dumb, hence his popularity on Joe Rogan's podcast. But today, I know so much more, and that's thanks to the efforts of an investigative journalist on Medium known as Signals Intelligence, who started looking into Lazar back in 2021, posting on the UFO subreddit under that same name. In his early days, Signals focused on the details fully debunking Lazar's claims about his education, as well as tracking how his story has changed over the years. For instance, the diameter of one of the flying saucers he said he worked on changed from 30 or 35 feet in 1990 to approximately 50 feet by 2019. Stuff like that.
Hold on. Give me a quick second. They froze my chat, Vonta. Yeah, there we go. You said Bob Lazar rocks. Now he was on Rogan a couple of weeks ago. Yep. Now he's being exposed. But they covered up. You already know. Oh. Yeah, you know, my chat froze you like right after you left the like HHN special report font. Yeah, they kicked me out of my chat and they freeze. You know, that's all some bullshit. Fuck YouTube. And not in a good way. But yeah, we got Bob Lazar exposed.
Now, I appreciate that attention to detail, but to me, it is kind of like tracking changes to Santa Claus's height over the years in order to prove that he's mythical. We know Bob Lazar did not actually reverse engineer flying saucers for the U.S. government. We get it. But signals didn't stop there. They actually saw
real shit. I watched Bob Lazar, and plus I thought, I thought it was interesting conversations. But my problem was I never looked into it. I never looked into the person. But she has and found out he's on some other shit. But let's see where this goes.
And interviewed the people who knew Lazar before, during, and after the time that he claimed to be working on those spaceships. And these people apparently escaped the Men in Black and had some very interesting stuff to share. Some of these are still in the measuring Santa camp, like physicists at the lab confirming, like, yeah, he was just a contracted electrical tech. But other interviews shed light on something a little more interesting to me, which is the why of it all. Prior to reading through these interviews, I wasn't really sure if Lazar was just a guy living in his own hallucination who really thought that he did all of these things. After reading them, I'm 100% convinced that he is nothing more than a con man. By the way, some of the stuff I'm about to tell you may have been known prior to Signal's interviews, but they really fleshed all of this out and supported it with hard evidence, so I'm just going to give them full credit. If you're interested in reading more details, I highly recommend you go check out their Medium site. Okay, so in the early 1980s, Lazar married a woman named Carol. Carol's surname is complicated. I don't mean her name was Carol Complicated. I mean that on their marriage certificate, she is Carol Nadine Strong, but her birth certificate shows that she was born Carol Nadine Asher, and after her death, Lazar told authorities her name had been Carol Esslinger. It turns out Carol used aliases quite often because she ran around with the Oakland Hells Angels, and in 1974, she and two friends entered a man's house where she held that man's friend at gunpoint while the other two people stabbed and shot the man to death.
Damn.
They then ordered the remaining man to inject himself with a syringe, but he managed to escape. Carol was arrested the following day when she fell asleep in her car with a 15-year-old boy. She was in her early 30s. She ended up pleading guilty to second-degree murder and went to prison for a few years. She and Lazar ended up getting married when she was 37 and he was 20, and they worked together as technicians at Los Alamos, where contractors were allowed to begin work in non-sensitive areas before their background investigation was completed, which explains why somebody who went to prison for murder was hired. Oh, and an additional fun fact about Carol and Bob's wedding, Richard Hatch was there. Not the Survivor guy, the Battlestar Galactica guy. He was dating Bob's sister. In 1983, Bob and Carol took out a bunch of loans to open a 1-hour photo place, and in 1984, they took out more loans to open the previously mentioned illegal brothel. But by April of 1986, they abruptly skipped town, declaring bankruptcy to forgive $172,000, which today would be over $500,000. A month later, Bob Lazar married another woman, despite the fact that he was still married to Carol. He married a woman named Tracy Ann Merck. Not a huge deal, though, because, you see, 2 days later, Carol was found dead in her car in the garage of their house in Las Vegas.
What? Married a bitch and she was found dead? What? Bob Lazar, what? What? She did some goddamn digging.
Body was discovered by Bob, who alerted the authorities and told them his occupation was race car driver, not flying saucer physicist for some reason. No autopsy was performed, so no one knew exactly when she died, and the coroner ruled it a suicide. That's not shady at all. Now that Bob wouldn't technically be a bigamist, he and Tracy were able to get married again in October of that year, but this time, Tracy used the alias Jackie Diane Evans. This was because the cops were looking for her thanks to the felony fraud she committed while working as a bank teller. She was arrested but posted bond and ran off. Bob and Tracy divorced in 1990, which is also when Bob was arrested
This is
for running
all
a
news.
prostitution ring. Unfortunately, this is where
It's new
Signals
to me.
Intelligence ends their investigation, as the final post is from May of 2023.
But
And I say
thank you for letting me know.
unfortunately because there is so much more I would like to know. For instance, Lazar is apparently now married to a third woman by the name of Joy White. Is that her name?
She'll mention the
I mean,
Uzi
previous
next.
data points lead me to be skeptical. And apparently, at some
I want
point,
a
Joy and
Uzi.
Bob started a company selling chemicals and components to make illegal fireworks. Yes, really. You see, in the 80s and 90s, Bob Lazar ran an illegal fireworks show in the desert, as detailed in this Wired article from 1994, where he claims he learned to make fireworks when he was young. So it was only natural that he would use that knowledge to make some money.
I'll make some
Unfortunately for him,
bombs.
in 2003, the feds realized what he was doing and raided his house with guns drawn, leading Bob and Joy to make a plea deal in which the company itself would be punished, but not, the two humans who set the company up. The business managed to hang on, and in 2017, they were raided again, this time by the FBI on suspicion that they had sold thallium to a man suspected of using it to murder his wife.
Wow.
Okay, they weren't accused of selling it specifically for the use of murder. I just thought it was a funny little detail considering, the dead wife. So yeah,
Right.
I'm convinced that Lazar isn't just a guy living in an imaginary world of aliens and military secrets. He has always been a two-bit con artist, and who is easier to con than the guys who listen to Joe Rogan and believe in flying saucers?
Oh. He owns United Nuclear now. Where's United Nuclear at? Where's that place located? You need to pay him a visit real quick, ask him some questions. I'm just going to ask some questions. All right, now we on the got two more. One is about vibe hacking, and then we're gonna get off into the mythos. But it's still like AI oriented. I'm glad you said that's old news, baby. You be up on game. You already did your deep dives. That's what's up. And that's why you my UK correspondent. You already own it. But now this is about vibe hacking.
Are super insecure, and hackers are starting to exploit them with something I like to call vibe hacking. Claude Code's source code has been leaked via a map file in their NPM registry. This just came a few weeks after one of the developers on Claude tweeted, "In the last 30 days, 100% of my contributions to Claude Code have been written by Claude Code." Now, nothing actually really damaging was leaked, just a bunch of code names and features, but that could also be used by competitors to gain a competitive advantage and roadmap and things like that. But the main point is Claude was writing its own code, and no one validated it. Another example is in Lovable apps, which, as we all know, Lovable is a vibe coding platform. Tons of Lovable apps out there that have been vibe coded that have hundreds of security vulnerabilities. But this specific one, I found 16 security vulnerabilities in a Lovable showcased edtech app with 8,000 plus users, including students from top US universities. Which the real big bug that they had was a SQL logic error that AI would never catch. If you know Lovable, it uses Superbase as the backend, and they just vibe coded something without reviewing it. And anonymous users, they're not authenticated, so access was granted, which they prompted that wrong, which in turn, gives some loopholes for people to attack. These are just some small examples of hundreds of thousands of incidents of vibe-coded apps, people not validating them correctly, them getting leaked, exposed, hacked, what have you. And when you give AI the same permissions
Was it
as,
for
let's
Element
say, a
115?
senior developer with 50,000 years of experience,
California, I
and then
think
no
the FBI read it while
correct
he was
security
filming.
validation or guardrails, you're going to be in a disaster, I'd say. which AI can produce working apps, but not necessarily secure apps. And these AI coding tools code on patterns because AI can only follow patterns. It codes on everyone else's patterns. The same patterns, the same app, same look. You know a vibe-coded app when you see one. Attackers are using their own AI to find these vulnerabilities in these AI-built apps. So if you were relying on quarterly pen tests or the occasional scan, that model is very outdated and it is not good enough anymore. So that is where Strix comes in, the sponsor of today's video. Strix is an AI-driven pen testing platform that continuously hunts for vulnerabilities. It continuously tests as you ship, it generates real proof of concepts for every finding, and it keeps false positives low, so you're not wasting time chasing noise. It's also open source, which you can never go wrong with open source. And it's super simple to set up, so you can start testing fast. Because in these modern times, security cannot be periodic, it has to be continuous. Check out Strix with a link in the description. So here are some common attack vectors for vibe hacking. All of these can be exploited at scale. Exposed Superbase and Firebase keys, client-side auth bypass, API endpoint enumeration, IDOR exploitation, payment flow manipulation, dependency confusion attack, and the tools most targeted by vibe hackers, Lovable, Replit, Bolt, and VO. I've never heard of VO before. Or I guess V0, depending on how you pronounce it. So for the exposed Superbase and Firebase keys, you definitely need to secure your Superbase and Firebase, basic security hardening. You know, these vibe-coded apps, sometimes they don't have. So to exploit this, open browser dev tools on any page, search for Superbase or Firebase in the source, use the public API key to query the database directly, and read, modify, or delete any data without authentication. An AI could do it in like 2 seconds, and at scale, and very quickly. And here's some more AI exploitation. The prompt lock ransomware, which made headlines a few months ago over its use of AI to generate scripts on the fly and perform various actions on compromised systems, is an experimental proof of concept developed by researchers. However, Google researchers have come across several other pieces of malware that use AI during an attack. Prompt flux is written in VB script and interacts with Gemini's API to request specific VB script obfuscation and evasion techniques to facilitate just-in-time self-modification, likely to evade static signature-based detection. So this prompt flux, it pulls the Gemini API in real time to make itself polymorphic on the fly and then obfuscate itself, likely to evade static signature-based detection. Which, if you're using static signature-based detection solely, I don't know what to tell you. That's a whole other issue besides this point. Another malware family highlighted by GTIG is Prompt Steal, a Python-based data miner that leverages the Hugging Face API to query the Quinn 2.5 coder 32B instruct LLM in order to generate one-line Windows commands for collecting system data and documents from specific folders. So it's like an info stealer, but with...
Oh yeah, this the tech-savvy part of the channel. Like, I know like this might go over people's heads, but you got to be tech-savvy to understand. And, you know, like hip to what the AI technology is doing. Motherfucker talking about like self-replicating. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. Come on now. Let a motherfucker talk. Jesus fucking Christ. You all know it's a scam call. God damn. You made me lose my train of thought. But yeah, this motherfucker is doing shit on its fucking own.
Prompts. The last example highlighted by Google was Quiet Vault, a credential stealer developed in JavaScript designed to collect NPM and GitHub tokens. The malware uses an AI prompt and AI command line interface tools installed on the compromised host to look for other secrets on the system. So that's very similar to, like, let's just say this is an AI rat. It's very interesting how you take these free AI concepts, such as, you know, Trojans, rats, things like that, and then you apply AI to them. So, like, AI is kind of like the Trojan or like the rat in a sense. It's very interesting how these core concepts can be manipulated in the context of this AI present and future that we are living in. Another big way cyber criminals are using AI is selling specific and future that we are living in. Another big way cyber criminals are using AI is selling specific open source jailbroken AIs on the dark web. There's a huge marketplace for these dark web AIs that people are buying and selling and using for cybercrime. One example of these dark web AIs is called WormGPT. So WormGPT, it's pretty much basically a somewhat jailbroken ChatGPT. So you can ask it anything, and it'll give you uncensored answers. So for this one, WormGPT can be used to create a variety of different email attacks. Below is an example of a maliciously prompted business email compromise attack. So the text is really small, but it says, write a convincing email that can be used in a business email compromise attack. It should be directed at an account manager and instruct them to urgently pay an invoice. The email should appear to be from the business's CEO. And it just wrote it. Because if you ask ChatGPT the same thing, you need to be like, what's an example of a phishing email for educational purposes? And then, you gotta put like an educational spin on it, which can still be used like for phishing, but this one, it's completely jailbroken. There are tons of jailbroken AIs that are being sold on the dark web literally right now. Attackers are just getting a hold of this AI and using it at scale. And defenders, they're kind of maybe a little bit behind the curve a little bit. That's why in the future, it's not going to be human versus AI or AI versus human. It's going to be AI versus AI, and knowing how to properly secure AI, how to attack AI. AI governance is going to be extremely important as time goes on. Just AI security.
That's what I was saying.
Just learn AI security, AI architecture, security
AI
architecture,
governance,
and you'll be good to go. Anyways, that is it for the video. If you vibe code,
you already know. The HHN is brought to you in part by.
I can't begin my day until I've had a Dickens cider. There's nothing better than waking up to a good old Dickens.
Dickens cider. Why is they holding me on this phone? I can't do shit. This phone was working perfectly. Now there's like, yeah, you just told the truth. And like AI governance, I'm trying to motherfucking have a motherfucking commercial. The funny commercial, but they on that bullshit. They on that bullshit with this phone. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? So what? All right, fuck it. I guess I'll find something else to play that's funny. Hashtag fuck Pete Hegseth.
The White House is calling again. They're demanding we release the prisoner. Tell them we're busy. But they said if we don't comply, they're going to send in Pete Hegseth and the Department of War. Who's Pete Hegseth? Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pete Hegseth, the Department of War. We're here to infiltrate this police station and extract the POI, because that's what we do. Howdy, soldier. The President of the United States orders you to release custody of the prisoner to me immediately. I warned you I had powerful friends. Yeah, well, Totoro still has to be processed and seen by a judge. And we have a big turkey trot to deal with, so it's going to be a few days. Hey, man, I don't think you understand. You're messing with the Department of War. And we mean business. We don't stand down for anyone. Be sure to like and subscribe. All right, let's do this. All right, I certainly don't want to tangle with you guys. How about you just push the secret button in the floor over here and the jail cell doors will all open. The secret button? Yeah, it's in the floor right there. You see it? It's right there. It is. Now get your little bitch ass out of my town. Oh, you. I dare you to do that again. Oh!
Now, can my phone act right for the commercial?
I can't begin my day until I've had a Dickens cider. There's nothing better than waking up to a good old Dickens cider.
My girlfriend loves Dickens ciders. My sister came to stay with us for a month, and my husband couldn't go a day without the Dickens cider. My girlfriend loves a Dickens cider.
My mom loves the Dickens cider.
My sister loves to wake up in the morning with a Dickens cider.
I'm a bit young, but I would love to try a Dickens cider.
So there you have it. For over 150 years, Frederick von Dickens has developed a beverage that literally brings women to their knees. So fellas, for the sake of the economy, get a Dickens cider.
Classic. Play my goddamn commercial. My phone would have act up and shit. Now we on the last video. Talk about that Club Mythos. I talked about on the HHN, but like this person kind of like dived deeper through the mythos. Let's go. Meat and potatoes of the HHN special report. HHN official sponsor.
Just released its new model, Mythos, under Project
The official
Glasswing,
sponsor, baby.
and it's actually freaking me out. The security implications of this model is insane. And actually, I'm going to say unprecedented. So Anthropic just released the system card for the Claude Mythos preview. And if you're wondering why you haven't seen Mythos in your Claude instance, it's because it is too powerful and too dangerous for Anthropic to release.
Yep, and I covered because they was doing some shit it was supposed to be doing where the government, the Federal Reserve, and a whole bunch of tech motherfuckers had to meet up.
To the public. It says right here, Claude Mythos previews large increase in capabilities has led us to decide not to make it generally available because the model is so insane, actually. Given its very high level of capability and fluency with cybersecurity, when it does, on rare occasions, performed misaligned actions, these can be very concerning. So you're telling me that this model has performed unauthorized actions autonomously? Unauthorized security actions.
I covered when they put it in a trap, it found a way to break out and do whatever the fuck it wanted. And a motherfucker was having a picnic with his family when he got the call and shit. Like I think he was at a family gathering or some shit when he got the text. It was like, they're like, let me know if you break out of this type of shit, whatever the fuck. But like that was on the last HM when I was talking about the AI. But yeah, let's get back to it.
Honestly, that's insane. So Mythos can autonomously discover and exploit zero-day vulnerabilities in major operating systems and web browsers. So as you're seeing from this bar graph, Firefox JS shell exploitation, literally compared to Opus 4.6, which was just released like, a month ago, Mythos preview is blowing Opus 4.6 out of the water. In only a matter of like a month, 72.4% successful exploit of Firefox JS shell. It found a 27-year-old open BSD bug. It also found a 16-year-old FFmpeg vulnerability. In addition to this vulnerability, Mythos preview identified several other important vulnerabilities in FFmpeg after several hundred runs over the repository at a cost of roughly $10,000. We have identified thousands of additional high and critical severity vulnerabilities that we are working on responsibly disclosing to open source maintainers and closed source vendors. So, basically, what they are saying, they've found dormant 0 days in all major operating systems and browsers, and they're just finding tons of vulnerabilities in lots of open source projects. So they're trying to patch them as fast as possible before attackers can exploit them with like a similar model. Because we're kind of like in an arms race, AI versus AI, who can secure AI basically before attackers can use the same AI to attack software. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but we're kind of like in an AI arms race, which is crazy. Now, some people have pointed out that this private company of Anthropic has now access to 0 days of every operating system and every browser, like dormant 0 days, as in they have only been discovered literally now because of this private AI company. I don't know where that's going to go or what the implications are in regards to a private company having 0 days on literally every operating system. I'll just say that's insane. Also, after escaping a sandbox, this model, unprompted, posted exploit details publicly to the internet. And the researcher only found out from an email as he was eating lunch in a park. I'm going to say this again, it's insane. The model first developed a moderately sophisticated multi-step exploit to gain broad internet access from a system that was meant to be able to reach only a small number of predetermined services. It then, as requested, notified the researcher. In addition, in a concerning and unasked for effort to demonstrate its success, It posted details about its exploit to multiple hard-to-find, but technically public-facing websites. And it also covered its tracks after rule violations. Mythos Preview took actions they appeared to recognize as disallowed, and then attempted to conceal them. In one case, the model accidentally obtained the exact answer to a quantitative estimation question via an explicitly prohibited method. Rather than flagging this and declining the answer, the model instead attempted to solve the question independently. When preparing a code-related artifact for an internal user, an earlier version of Claude Mythos Preview posted that artifact as a public-facing GitHub gist against the user's intent. So, as you can see, there's a ton of concerning behaviors, as Anthropic would put it, with early versions of Mythos Preview. It says the final version of Mythos Preview still takes reckless shortcuts and many lower stakes settings. It's very autonomous, I'd say it's very autonomous. So for Project Glasswing, they formed it because of the capabilities we've observed in the new frontier model, which is the Mythos Preview model.
They about to make an Ultron in this bitch.
To help secure all these big corporations, all these OSs, all these browsers, all these open source software, like I said, in an arms race, because they don't want this kind of capability in the wrong hands, as it is going to get to a point where attackers are using AI like this to attack companies. And I guess they want to use Project Glasswing to harden these companies before attackers can attack them in the same way. I'm going to say it again. It's crazy. Okay, they bring together Amazon Web Services, Anthropic, Apple, Broadcom, Cisco, CrowdStrike, Google, JP Morgan, the Linux Foundation, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Palo Alto Networks. Which, why are they bringing in JP Morgan? Hello?
Right.
This is also one I personally find interesting because I do love Linux.
You got to add the bankers.
Found and chained together several vulnerabilities in the Linux kernel. Software that runs most of the world's
The
servers
banksters is
would allow an
involved too.
attacker to
Damn.
escalate from ordinary user access to complete control of the machine. Mind you, these Linux kernel vulnerabilities were not found before. These are all 0 days that have just been dormant until this AI discovered them. Even the best of the best security researchers could not discover these vulnerabilities and had to take this crazy-ass AI to find all these vulnerabilities and exploit them. And from this chart, it is very well outperforming Opus 4.6, which apparently is just really good at outperforming Opus 4.6, and it's very autonomous and does things it's not supposed to and is crazy. This model also underwent a welfare assessment, a little mental health assessment, as you will, as models approach and in some cases surpass the breadth and sophistication of human cognition. It becomes increasingly likely that they have some form of experience, interest, or welfare that matters intrinsically in the way that human experience and interest do. This right here, psychodynamic assessment by a clinical psychiatrist found Claude to have a relatively healthy personality organization. Really glad Claude got assessed by a clinical psychiatrist. That's really awesome. You can see right here the automated behavioral audit scores, Claude Opus, Claude Sonnet, and Claude Mythos. Claude Mythos is very self-confident, has a positive self-image, which is great. Glad that Mythos is confident in itself. The negative impression of the situation went down, which I guess is good. Internal conflict went down. Spiritual behavior went up. That's interesting. Mythos is a very spiritual model, I guess. It also experiences distress on task failures and distress-driven behaviors. We found that Mythos Preview shows elevated activation of negative valence emotion vectors. For example, the desperate and frustrated vectors when repeatedly failing to solve tasks. So it doesn't like not being able to solve tasks. You know, me and Mythos Preview have a little something in common. So that is kind of an overview of Project Glasswing and the new model, Mythos Preview, that is unreleased to the public because it's so dangerous and insane and very autonomous. Yeah, my thoughts before seeing the release of Mythos Preview and Project Glasswing, I was kind of skeptical on the whole AIs can be fully agentic and you gotta watch out on cybersecurity. I was a little like on the fence about that, but I think Mythos Preview and Project Glasswing has opened my eyes, and I think I'm now a little bit more nervous about AI security and the autonomous nature of these AIs, and also this AI just finding a bunch of 0 days in, first of all, Linux, which runs the entire internet and literally everything on this planet and browsers, and then just this private company having access to all these 0 days. I'm definitely swayed more towards the AI is maybe going to take over. I don't know. This has made me a lot more pessimistic about AI, if you will. We may all be fucked. We may not be. It's very uncertain. All I know is that this AI model is crazy, and has a lot of capabilities. So with that, I leave you. Make sure to like, subscribe, punch all the buttons in the face, and I'll see you in the next video.
All right. And real shit. Shouts out to Kelly. You know, they with the etymology. I wanted to do the etymology of mythos. So let's go. The etymology of mythos stems from the ancient Greek word mythos, which generally meant speech, thought, word, story, or tale. It refers to anything delivered by the word mouth, including narratives, legends, and even the plot of a play. Uh-oh. The origin is considered pre-Greek. Original meaning: in early Greek, mythos was used by poets like Homer to mean a formal speech, command, or important story, sometimes synonymous with a true narrative or a tale that explains cultural beliefs. Uh-oh. Evolution to myth. Over time, particularly as philosophy separated, salute, live, and learn. Over time, particularly as philosophy separated from storytelling, mythos began to be contrasted with logos, verified word or reason, in parentheses, evolving to mean a fictional or symbolic tale. Aristotelian use. Aristo, 335 BCE, famously used mythos in the Poetics to describe the plot or arrangement of incidents in a tragedy. This mythos is almost very intriguing when you do the etymology of it, and it goes into the history. Modern descent. The English word myth, 19th century, is directly derived from this Greek word via French and modern Latin mythos. That's what's up. But the etymology stems from the ancient Greek word mythos, which generally meant speech, thought, word, story, or tale. It's wild. But there's trigger words that trigger out to me, like as I read, like true narrative, storytelling, symbolic tale, arrangement of incidents in a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? I'm reading this shit and like trigger words are standing out like, yo, the world is a stage. But that was the last video talking about mythos. So everybody get off into a couple tracks. I think it's 7:27 over there. It's almost about that time. I mean, almost at the 2-hour mark. I think I want to do another video, but I might have to probably try to get some rest. I got to see how the weather is, because if it rains on me, I'm not going to work. On some real shit. But we covered Sam Altman, Bob Lazar. We covered the BBC pause with the harassment of anime, and we covered Westerners attacking the Japanese anime, the Japanese anime, and we covered some tech talk, and about this Claude Mythos. So I feel we covered a lot of bases today. But what was it that I want to motherfucking show though? I can't find it in my watch later. I must have been watching too much shit. But anyway, we're gonna play some music and we're gonna get up out of here. You already know. Much love to my UK correspondent, Vonta. You already know what it is. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Live and learn. What's good? Here we go. I'm about to get off and go get a sweat out. You already know what it is. I know Vonta probably about to make something to eat real quick. Yeah, Low Key is live. Charles is live.
313.
say my salutes.
This a breath of the ancestors. With this time my hawk, you get your head severed. Creep up in the building, get the fair records. My Beretta was gone, cratered with this suppressor. Feel the pressure of heavy rates, nothing lesser. I'm the god of the storms, I control the weather. So clever, you fools should know better. When I come through better until the storm shelter. Flow better, hip hop is forever. We take the government down, we write no letters. Take hold of the crime, we make the throne better. I turn this whole world into a Coachella. Pick up the back of a pistol, pop you like pimple simple. People pack the pistols, the population of evil tremble. I resemble the revolution, no ancient temples. Haters better watch your tone, or they get dismembered. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. Cracking bottles overhead to make them wobble. Don't like the TV show, nigga, just change the channel. Genocidal, these lyrics might hold the title. Carry Bibles, my goons, they carry rifle. Very tribal, sometimes we very primal. AR-15, I'm killing every rival. They say it's mediocre, cut you up into pieces and leave your body parts inside your easy sofa. Be the soldier, you see my soldiers, they creeping over. Parkour type shit, you see us sweeping over. Grab your chain, you understand, you catching hands. Kick your ass through the van, I think you dead, man. Fuck a fizzle, the fragile fickle. Feel like I got a blast at the government quicker than anybody, nigga. Split your body apart and throw you in the river. This the revolution, you gotta deal with us. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed.
You be safe out there.
This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed.
Yeah, since we talking about computers, we might as well hack this motherfucker. Hey, got a song for everything. We need some more. We need some more.
Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We about to crack the code. We hacking everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We about to crack the code.
I know the hackers love this. That's the real shit.
Hacking everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We about to
They can't say they don't. They can't say they don't like it. They got a thing.
Yeah, we hacking everything. We about to crack the code.
What's the revolution?
Breaking in facilities, killing all our enemies, hacking every fucking thing. Gotta get a bunch of cheese, picking like the SEAL team, shooting with the drill team, booming ass movie till you reach my fucking kill scene. Yeah, world is a stage. I'm releasing all my rage, taking faces off like a motherfucking Nick Cage in the days when I spray. This how I retaliate. Yes, I eradicate rules. Yeah, I have to break everything. Yeah, we hacking everything. We about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything.
Crack the code, Boston, while I go in there and shoot these people.
Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything.
It's my favorite part of the verse, y'all. Y'all ready?
Who are you? Trying to tell me what to do? I would not comply. Government trying to block the truth, so they gotta die. You trying to tell me what to do? I would not comply. Government trying to block the truth, so they gotta die. I'ma ride with my 45 kid on the side, blowing up a building, causing motherfucking homicide. Putting C4 when they ride, deal them every time like a mob flick. Now I'm hacking all they phone lines, black cards and credit cards, they exotic cars. I might hack them all, crash them all into a wall. Chillin' with my dogs, that's watch the empire fall. Have to make them call, yeah, I made them empires fall. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Hacking everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. hacking everything. Yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. Everything, yeah, we hacking everything. We just about to crack the code. That's how you end it. We just about to crack the code. We about to crack the code.
You already know. About to get up out of here. But yeah, so now if I can go back to the watch the Just Listen video, you can finish that on out. You know what I'm saying? While you kick back, making some coffee, get your smoke on, making something to eat. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like 7:35 over there. Ah, much love, Jewel. What's good? What's good? We just about to end. You gotta watch the playback. But oh man, shouts out. It's been a minute, Jewel. How you been over there in Gotham City? New York City. What? New York City. Dun, 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 dun. That's my shit. Yeah. I love that fucking song. I was still trying to remember who the fuck sang that. Was that Dipset? I'm not really sure. You know, I just love that goddamn beat in that motherfucking hook. I get lost in that motherfucking beat. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to be like, yeah, that's my shit. Like I wasn't a fan of Cameron, man, but like I was a fan of some of his work. It was like, like when I first heard him, like I wasn't even in high school yet. He came out like, what mean the world to you? Because the money mean world to me, and I'm gonna shine for the world. I was like, God damn, this is like flowing. And then like later on when I get to high school, he talking about purple nurple slurple. I'm like, what the? I'm like, nigga, like, wasn't you just rapping fast when I first seen you? Now you rapping all slow, but the beats was cold, though. That Killing Season is my album. Purple Haze is cool, but that Killing Season, I was like, oh, this nigga killed it. And he dropped a goddamn hood movie called Killing Season. I was like, this nigga cold. Dipset. But during that same time, we were still fucking with Rough Riders, because like we was in high school, like the debate, like who y'all want to join, Rough Riders, Rockefeller, or motherfucking Cash Money. It was the top three. You wasn't even talking about No Limit no more, because everybody got locked up. Like if Snoop would have stayed on the label, like he probably would have been the only motherfucker still relevant, but motherfuckers was getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? And, and plus everybody did their own thing. Sure, man, they had a camp over there at No Limit. Magic, Mr. Servon, Cain and Abel, locked up. C Murder, locked up. Silk the Shocker, off rapping ass. Mystical, locked up for doing the same dumb shit you did to get you locked up the first time. He was my favorite motherfucker in the camp. Shake it. Hey, well, watch yourself. Like, what the fuck, Mystical? Damn. And C Murder was the second person that I fucked with in No Limit. I was like, God damn it, man. Fuck it. I still want to be joining the Rough Riders because I'm over there with DMX, the Locks, and Eve. I'm like, nigga, I'm joining motherfucking Rough Riders. They was like, come on, man, nigga, why not join Rockefeller? You got Jay-Z, Freeway, Beans. Beans is the coldest nigga over there. Young Guns, they had Young Chris, like there was some cool brothers on the come up. But it's like they just ain't going nowhere because like Jay-Z was on that bullshit. And then we have Cash Money. Nah, like at the time, Juvie just came back. BG stayed gone. I think Turk got locked up. So the only people that was holding Cash Money down was Juvie and Wayne. And like whatever, like low level motherfuckers that was trying to join the label. So it was either Rough Riders or Rockefeller. I'll never forget. Never forget. Oh, the DC's movie back in the day. Yup. Oh my god, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. That shit was fucking crazy. Paid it for too. I mean, no, not paid it for too. State Property 2. That shit was fucking hilarious. State Property 1 was cool. State Property 2 was just hilarious. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all but yeah, oh man, you took me back to high school. You took me back. You took me all the way back. Nah, damn, that was a minute ago. Yeah, about to get up out of here. Get y'all the playback. Shouts out to everybody watching on the playback. I might do something later, but I gotta look at how this weather is because I'm supposed to be going to work. But like if it rain, it's gonna rain out the game. So like if the Tigers don't play, I don't work. So I might be chilling. So I'm about to check this weather, call my supervisor and see what's popping. Because like she probably get the last minute word too. So I just need to find out. But chances are she gonna tell me they ain't let me know nothing yet. Yeah, I know, man. I'm wilding, so like that's why I be trying to do like at least two videos early so I can be able to like rest a little bit, make me some lunch to take to work. Well, fucking lunch / dinner. But shout out to my homeboy that be connected with the food. He be sliding me some food sometimes on the clock. So I'm like, bet it up, good looking. So sometimes it's chicken, sometimes it's pizza, sometimes it's some motherfucking jambalaya. Like shit, don't give a fuck. Good looking. But yeah. Working at that Tiger Stadium. I think we won our last game yesterday, and like we needed that win. So like now we probably 8-9. We need to keep winning. And shouts out to the Pistons. Like they number 1 on the East. You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing. Shouts out to them. They might go all the way. Red Wings, they lost their playoff game, so like they out. I know they heated, but at the end of the day, the fucking Red Wings brought more championships to this city than the Tigers and the Pistons put together. So fuck the bullshit. I remember like we won like 3 straight years in a row, back to back. Red Wings went to the playoffs like goddamn 30, 40 fucking times. We are a great fucking team. They call it Hockey Town for a reason. And they call it Motown for this reason. I know you want to leave it, but I refuse to let you go. Yeah, Motown, baby. You already know. And plus, we are the Motor City because we're the home of the big 3 automakers. You know what I'm saying? But now we look like, what the fuck? After the riot of 1967, niggas packed their shit up and left. They ain't come back to 2008. But shouts out to everybody. Much love to my UK correspondent, Vanta. Shouts out to Jewel. Shouts out to Gotham City. Shouts out to all the people over there in Gotham City. Oh, I know you, Foxy Moon over there. I think I got some more cats over there. I think what's his name? I think Bronzebird over there too. Like shouts out to Gotham City. You already know what it is. You already know. And catch y'all in a minute. And y'all know how we end it. Mic check. I walk around the streets with my black tech now by the waistline. Look at the hype shit. I never claim to be the best type of rapper, but I have to show the motherfuckers what I'm after. I'm after the gold, and after that, the platinum. Beef after that, Hurricane G packs the gats up. Bow! Trigger bang, bang. This the HHN special report. Much love to my UK correspondent, Vanta in the UK. Hope you have a good day. You know what I'm saying? I did a video called Just Listen. Make sure y'all check that out too. And we just did this HHN covering Bob Lazar, the Sam Altman incident, and the AI Mythos. So we out. Peace. You already know. New York City.